everybody, Bob here and Brian. Hi Brian.
Good morning.
How are you today?
I'm a bit sleepy. I just woke up. But
And what about this shirt you got on? Looks pretty red.
yeah, well, it's Premier League for English soccer is opening up back again today, and my team, this team, Arsenal, is playing Manchester City.
So your team is Arsenal,
Yeah.
but it says Fly Emirate. What
Yeah.
the hell's that?
They paid Arsenal $100 million.
Oh, that's the airline.
Yes.
Oh, so they support the Arsenal team.
Yeah.
Pretty cool. And they play today?
Yes, Arsenal are. Yeah, and
You
with
got-
Manchester City,
What time?
they're playing at
You
3:15.
got that taped, or are you just going to be there?
I know I'm going to be there and watch you on TV.
Okay, well, I have my new hat on, yes.
Oh boy.
Yes, got a new hat yesterday up at the thrift store. It cost me, I think it was 50 cents. But what I like about it is I can bend it this way and be a cowboy, or I can bend it this way and be kind of like a
Hobo.
Yeah, hobo, or I can bend it this way and really be weird.
Yeah.
But the
clown.
nice thing about it, it's made out of plastic, and it looks kind of like it's not, but it's made out of plastic, and so it's going to last forever. And it's got a nice wide brim to keep the sun off my head. Have you got one? You got a hat there?
Yeah, for when we go for walking.
Yeah, we're going to go for a while. Actually, we're not. We're going to do the 3 W's today, not the 5 W's. Not who, what, where, when, and why. No, not the who, what, where, when, and why W's, but the warm up and the weights and the walk. The 3 fitness W's. And so we'll talk about the walking when we get to it, and we'll talk about the weights when we get to it, but we're going to warm up. And of course, we're in Brian's backyard again, and we don't have any music. Because we're outside, one of these times we'll be inside and we'll play some music for the warm up at least. And so when we warm up here, we want to make sure we warm up most of our body parts, because we're going to use them in the weights, and we're going to use them in the walking. Let's get to the warm up. So let's just march on the spot here. And when we're marching on the spot, of course, you can see by looking at us that most of my body parts are moving. My arms are moving, my legs are moving, and my head's kind of moving, because I'm going to look around as I walk to see what I can see, right? So we want to make sure when we get to the actual walk part that everything's warmed up. So as I walk here, I'm going to turn my head to the side. I'll turn it to the left and keep marching. And then back to center. And I'll turn it to the right. Look and see what's over there. It's just a gentle turn. And then back to center. And I'll look up a little bit and see if I can see those cranes or herons up there looking for the koi in the pond. You'll hear more about the pond if you haven't already. I don't know whether I'm going to put the video about the pond at the beginning or at the end. But anyway, look down. Good work. Good work. And would you just step touch now? Right, just take your time. And it's not a big step, but it's not a baby step either. And as we step, can you shrug your shoulders up to your ears? Push your shoulders way up to your ears.
I was
Good.
told from the video last week I wasn't giving it enough oomph.
No, yeah, well, we'll see what happens today. And then when you push your palms into your hands, your palms into the ground, the opposite to the shoulders shrug up. We're just step touching and doing this. And then bring your shoulders forward. So I'm rounding my back, pulling my shoulders forward. I look kind of weird, but that's okay. And then push them back, push them way back. Show off your youth.
That was
Good.
long
Good.
time
You
ago.
shake your arms out. Good work. So now this step touch, we're going to do 2 of them, and we'll go to the left first. And here we're going to go 2 right here. No, wait a minute, Brian. 1, 2, and then back. 1, 2. Yeah. So it's not a dance class as we mentioned last week. It's just an ordinary warm up for our fun fitness with intention today. So
3 W's.
Yeah, let's just move our arms too to see if I can coordinate the upper part of our body with the lower part of our body. Don't forget those arms. Now when we do this, we are working our hips a little bit, but not much. unless we change this to a grapevine, which we're going to do. So it's a step, step behind, step, touch, step, step behind, step, touch, step, step behind, step, touch. That's a grapevine. And you can do it by stepping in front and touching, step in front, step, touch, step in front, step, touch. I don't care which way you do it, Brian, just do a grapevine.
It's a struggle lately doing this.
Yeah, and it's great for your hips. So if you want to warm up your hips in a simple way, this is a great way. And just one more, here it comes, the last one more. And then we're going to pull the sky down and lift our knees up as high as we can. Of course, we're using the hips again, we're using the shoulders. I'm going to look up again just to see if anything's up there. Look down, see if anything's down there. Because as you age, your balance starts to go.
No kid.
Because you lose your muscle mass. And I'm going to look to the left, see what's over there. And I'm going to look to the right and see what's over there. I'm still pulling the sky down. Right? Shake up with everything there and just kick your legs out. But as I do this, I'm going to move forward a little bit. So I'm kind of walking in a weird way with a straight leg, right? I don't want to fall off the deck here, and then I'll move back a little bit. And forward. And as I move forward or back or to the side and back, I need my core muscles to help me not fall over. So we're working our core muscles just by doing a little bit of moving forward and a little bit of moving back. Core muscles, good. Shake that all out. So what we're going to do is just stand on our right leg here and put our toe down. Okay, put our toe down and we'll get our arms up here at a goalpost position. Do a few of these little pec presses. And as we do it, we can just lift our toe off the floor, off the deck here a little bit and put it back down. So notice, I got my toe down here. I mean, if I can't do that,
right,
I'm going to straighten up and just stand here and do my pec presses. But if I can get my toe there, that's a little bit more unstable. Works my core muscles. Whenever I'm in an unstable position, I'm working my core muscles, and I better have core muscles because otherwise I'm going to fall over. And then I lift my foot up if I can.
That's at least 20.
Yeah, shake that out. Let's put the other toe out here somewhere. Okay? And then just do some dips. That's pretty easy.
Dairy Queen.
And whenever we're, Dairy Queen dip, and whenever we're ready, we can lift our foot off the ground to activate our core muscles because we need it to balance on one foot. Right, put it down if you need to. Keep dipping. We're just warming up. Good, and shake all that out. So get your feet shoulder width apart, right? And let's stand up nice and tall. Nice and tall. That means our chin is parallel to the floor. It's not we're not looking down, we're not looking up. It's flat underneath here. And our chin is pushed back. So push your chin back into our neck there. Push it back in. Good. Good. And our shoulders are down and relaxed and back a little bit. And make sure when your arms are hanging like this, make sure that your hands are turned so the palms come to the front. Because as we round all day long, our palms are at the back. And so to counterbalance that, we want to stand up nice and tall and turn our palms to the front. Feet shoulder width apart, and then we're going to lift our palms up as we do a little squat. Because we want to warm up not only our shoulders and our hips, but our lovely knees. Those 3 joints give people, as they age, tons of problems.
And the hips.
Yeah. So the hips, the shoulders, and the knees. So we're doing a little squat here. And one more. Good. Shake that all out. And one more part of the warm-up, which really will activate our core muscles that we need when we go for our walk, is our little lunge. So just put your foot back. So, again, this knee that's at the front, when you bend your leg, it should go over the middle of your foot. And I want to make sure my shoulders are down, relaxed, back, my head's in the right position, right? My arms are going to be at my sides with my palms, and I'm just going to go down like this and come back up, straight down like an elevator and back up, straight down and up. So there's 4 right there, and then 3. And if you can only go a little bit like this, that's 2.
That's me.
Yeah, that's okay. And one more. That's tough, you know. Lunges are not easy because you're really in an unstable position. So the other side. So remember, this front leg, as you bend it, it's going to go over top, your knees going over top of the middle of your foot. So here I am, shoulders down and relaxed, my head's in a nice position, my chin's pushed back a little bit, my arms are at my side and my palms are facing forward. Just go down and up. Beautiful day today, Brian, but it's going to get hotter.
It's wonderful.
Almost fell over there.
Yep, I did.
I have to pay attention. If I don't pay attention, I will fall over.
I almost did. When you're young, you don't think about what's going to happen when you get older.
One more for good luck. Good. These are the weights that Brian has. And it looks like he's got 1s. Yep, it says 1. And then the 3s and the 4s and the 5 pounds and then the 10 pounds. So when you're looking for weights, make sure that you get 2 different kinds, a really light one and one that will tax your body if you use it too much. You know, something a little heavier, but not too heavy. So I think Brian, I don't know about Brian, but for the weight routine, if he decides he's going to change his mind and use a different weight, that's okay. We'll just do that. So let's do the weights. Brian said that he maybe will change weights according to what we're doing,
Right.
which is a good idea. So if you want to do that, Brian, just say to me, I'm going to switch now.
Yeah.
But we're going to do a little bit of everything again.
So we'll start off with 5 now, I guess.
Yeah, and by the way, we're just going to pick up one weight to start with.
Okay.
So I'm going to use 5s too. I'm going to just take one weight to start with. Okay? You ready? So
No, I've got some. I'm going to take it.
okay.
Okay. All right.
Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is our overhead press with this weight. So I'm holding it in the middle. I got a good grip on it. My thumb is on one side and my fingers are on the other. Okay, some people put their thumb on the same side as their fingers when they're holding the weight. That's harder on your wrist. If you've got a strong wrist, that's what you should do. Hold it that way. But if you put your thumb on this side, it's easier on your wrist. So here I go. I'm just going to push overhead and lift my legs up, because I always want to work the bottom part of my body and the top part of my body at the same time if I can, because that's the natural thing for our body to do. And we're just doing 10 of these, so that's 8, 9, 10. Good work. And then we're going to do our pec press in and out like this as we cross our leg in front. See? It doesn't have to be a big cross. Just cross the prime meridian, the prime energy highway that runs right straight down from the head to the feet through the middle of your body. So I'm crossing over so that both sides of my brain are helping me with this exercise. All right, we just do 10, so there's 4 more. 2, 1. Good. And then notice I'm not bringing my arms down to have a rest in between, but that's okay if you do that. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to hug the big tree again. So my feet are really wide this time. Get them nice and wide, because my tree's really big, so I reach and hug. So notice I push my knees over top of my feet. I push my bum, my hips back, and I try to hug the big tree with pretty straight arms. They're bent a little bit at the elbow. This is not a fly. We're going to do a fly next. You'll see the difference. So we just do 4 more. 3, 2. Is the weight okay, Brian?
Yep.
1. It's a 5?
5.
Good work. Now we're going to do our fly. The fly is like this, and we just take our leg out to the side as we do the fly. Right, and I'm sort of in a little bit of a mini shrimp squat. Right? I'm not standing up nice and tall. That's not what I'm doing. I'm in a little bit of a mini shrimp squat. Why not? 5 more. 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Now the next one we're going to do is our bicep curl, but just to make our body work down below here and be a little bit unstable so that our core muscles are activated, we're going to tap our heel out front. So we're going to do a little bit of, we could stand here and go like this, or we could squat and tap our heel out in front. And if you try this, you'll find out that it is not as easy as Brian and I make it look.
Oh, not me.
So it's a heel tap. There's just 4 more of these. 3, 2, 1. Good. And then that was the bicep. We got to do the tricep, the complementary muscles. So this is where we get our elbows up, right? I'm going to bend over a little tiny bit, not stand straight, but a little bit, and push my hands back so that my arms are parallel to the floor. So as I do that, I tap my toe back to activate my core muscles, because I need those core muscles so that I don't fall over and so that I can stand up properly in the perfect posture so that all the organs in my body work properly. And then my digestion and my breathing are as best as they can be. So there's just 4 more kickbacks. 3, 2, 1. Good. So we did our biceps and our triceps and our kickbacks. And now we're going to do our little row your boat. So remember, the back foot is on an angle, 45 degrees, and the front foot is straight ahead. Doesn't matter which way you stand. But I'm going to rest my forearm on my quad and then reach down here and roll up to my armpit. So it's just pull up and relax your head. So I'm resting, I'm pushing down on my quad with my forearm, and I'm doing 10 of these. Just 5 more. 4, 3, 2, 1. Now when we're here, let's pull it up to our armpit, and the next one is you straighten your arm and look up for the bird, the crane or the heron, and come back to your armpit and turn and twist and look up. And remember, this is a twist which really has to be carefully done. I heard a bird. I didn't see the crane, but I heard it. So be careful. If you can't twist very much, just straighten your arm out that way to the side. But if you can turn and twist and straighten it over your head. 3 more. 2, 1. Good. And now we're going to stand up slowly. Good. So we're going to use the weight by holding on to the ends of it. And my feet are shoulder width apart because we're going to do our squat. And so as we go down, we lift the weight up. So it goes up over our head. So we do a squat. My feet are pointing straight ahead. And I'm pushing, because I'm doing a squat, I'm pushing down on the outsides of my feet as I go down and up. Just 4 more. 3, 2, 1. Good work. Now we're going to do our lunge, but this time we have a weight with us. So 1 foot goes back. So the weight is on the same side as the leg that's back. So as I go down and up doing this, I do a This is a little bit more complicated. I do a hammer, so I'm holding it this way as opposed to this way. A hammer, and then push overhead, and then a hammer. So it looks like this. So here we go. So I hammer here, push overhead as I come up, back to here, and hammer again, push overhead, here. You have to think about this, because if you don't, you won't be able to do it. You can either just go, hey, I can do that, and just do it, or you can think about, well, how did he do that again? So as he goes down, he curls, and then as he comes up, he pushes, and then as he goes down, he gets back to the spot here, and then as he goes up, he uncurls. So that's what it is, and it's good for your brain. That's why you need both sides. And this arm here, it could be out to the side. It could be.
I'm never going to get this baby.
Yeah. And we only have a couple of more of these. Just 1 and 2. Good work.
Wow.
And then there's only 2 more to go here, and that means we stand with our feet shoulder width apart again. We hold on to this thing and let it hang between our legs here, and then we hip thrust it up. So we don't bend our legs, we just hip it up to there. But it's our hips, we could just lift it up and put it down, but we want to make our hips do it, and we don't want to bend. So we hip thrust it up.
You're going to get letters on this one.
Right, hip, yeah. So we push our hips forward and lift the arms with the weight at the same time. So it's a hip thrust. Not that it's obscene, but I think hip thrusting is kind of important to human beings. You guys can figure out when you would use a hip thrust. And 2 more with a straight leg. Good. Now this time, we're going to start right here. We're going to get this hat off for a minute. We're going to start right here. I'll back up a little bit. So I'll just show you what it looks like. This is where my arms are, straight overhead, and my feet are shoulder width apart. And as I come down, I am going to bend my legs at the knees and go right down between and go all the way back up to the top. And I can see myself and my posture's perfect. It's a perfect squat. Now I might only come to here, but my arms go up as high as I can get them, or I might be able to go a little lower, or maybe I can go way down here. And 1 more. Good, you got all that? Good. It's time for a drink, Brian. Do you have water?
Yeah.
Yep. We only used 1 weight, and we had it in the right side of our body. This time it's going to be in the left. I'm not going to explain the whole thing. I'm just going to do 10 of each and go through all the ones that we did. I'm going to count out loud too, so you know I'm not trying to get you to do more. Okay, so this arm's up there too, like it has a weight in it. So I push up and lift my leg, right? So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And we're in this one here, pec press, bring your forearms together. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And when you're on your own, if you don't have to rest in between, don't. You know what to do. So that's 3 already. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, Here comes the tree hug. Wide, wide legs. Now it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And remember the fly? So it's bent arms, bent a little. I'm sitting into my hips a little bit. There's 3 already. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So remember, bicep curls. When you tap out in front like that, it's called a scoop. There's 5 already. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Elbows up, kickbacks. 2, 2, 3, 4. Keep the elbows high. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then we had the row. 1, 2, 1, 2. Take your time. 3. Do them with me. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Hold it up to your armpit and twist and push overhead. So there is 1, 2, you never lower it. 3, just to the armpit. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good, we got to do our squats. So I'm holding it on both ends, right? Feet shoulder width apart, and then it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good work. The lunge. And this is the tricky one. It's a hammer, push overhead, back to here, down. As we go like this. So it's 1, 2, 3.
Oh boy.
So you know what, Brian? I'm going to do this in slow motion with you. Here we go. So watch. You ready?
Yeah.
So it's hammer to here. Push overhead. Straighten your body out. Come back to that spot where you were. And then go down. So let's do it without our legs. So we hammer, push, back to here, relax. Hammer, push, back to here, and relax. And then just let your body do whatever it wants to do.
Well, mine's going to stay still.
So I'll do 4 more. 4, 3, 2, 1. And now the obscene one, that's not really obscene, the thrust. This time, because we have only one weight, let's just thrust, holding it with one hand. So we push our hips and bring it right to there. So we push. So we squeeze our glutes together. We're working our low back and our glute muscles and our hip flexors. 3 important muscles in your body for those mid-range joint called the hips. 3 more. 3, 2, 1. Good. Now grab it with both hands, get it overhead. You're ready to bend your legs, so it's 1. All the way up, all the way down. 2. My arms are really straight. 3. I'm going straight down. I'm watching straight ahead. if not up a little bit. I don't want to bend my head down. Nope, keep your chin level with the ground. And 3 more. 3, 2, and 1. Good, we need a drink again. Not done yet. Yes, I have the water in here, a little bit of fresh lemon juice, a little bit like a teaspoon of apple cider vinegar, and a little bit of sea salt, all in my water. And I should have this gone by the time this workout is over at least. And then I got to go home and start all over again and drink another one. And then maybe 3 altogether before the day's out.
What happened to the mason jar?
The mason jar, well, because we're going to walk today, I'm going to carry my water. And we're going to use both weights right now. If you want to, we're going to do the whole thing one more time, but with both weights. And I'm going to use 5s, and so is Brian.
We are?
Yeah.
I'm going to use 4s.
4s, yeah. Because Brian knows that if he doesn't do the proper form, he's hurting his body more than he's helping it. Right? So here we go with the goalpost. So we push overhead and lift our legs up. So we do 1. Form is important. There's 3 already. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Pec press. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Dairy Queen dip, I forgot that the first time, or the second time. So there's 1, my legs are together, 2, 3, I forgot this both times, 4,
We're only doing 10.
5, yep, 6, but don't forget it, 7, 8, 9, tree hug, legs really far apart, straight arms pretty much, 1, feel the shoulder blades come together as your weights go back, good work, just 5 more, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. The fly, remember? Fly, yeah. 1, 2. Arms are bent. 3, 4. A little bit of a squat. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Bicep. Scoop. Tap your heel. Straighten the leg. Do a little squat. There's 5 already. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Elbows up. Kick back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Either I'm getting really warm because I've been doing all this moving, or it's getting hotter out. 7, 8, 9, 10. It's the row. Now, if you wanted to, you could put both weights in one hand and do this little row, because sometimes when people do the row, the weight is so light that they don't feel like they're doing anything. So I'm going to put them together. 1, 2. I'm resting on my quad. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Instead of doing the twist overhead, I'm just going to switch and do both weights with the other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then I'm slowly coming up holding on to the weights in both hands for my squat. 1. Yep, 1, Brian. 2. Knees over top of my foot. 3. Better look down to make sure. Yep, 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. 10. And we're going to do our lunge with the weights a little different this time. So we're in this position here. We're going to do the fly to the side. So we're like a crane or a heron swooping in to get the koi in Brian's pond. There's 4 already. Straight arms. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and the other leg. Yep. Now our straight arms are coming out in front, Brian. They're going right out like this. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then we got to do our thrusts. So feet shoulder width apart, weights hanging down in between. Push your hips out to there. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All the way up. Make sure you got room to bring down the weights in between, so it's all the way in between. Up. Right. 2 already. There's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and you're done. 10. Good. They can put those down and get a drink.
Thanks.
Now, before we go on our walk, I just want to say one more thing about the weights. So if you were paying attention, I used one weight on the right side of my body and went through all 12 exercises. And then I got a little drink, and then I put the weight on the left side and went through all 12 exercises, 10 of each. And then I had a drink, and then I finished it off with a weight in both hands. Then did 12, and now we're having a drink. That's a circuit. We repeated the exercise 3 times. It's called a circuit.
Most of it, you missed some.
Yeah, we missed a few, like these dips, but we tried, and we did 10 of each. So if you're doing it on your own, you could go, well, I don't want to do one hand and then the other hand and then together. I'm going to use a weight in both hands, and I'm going to do my 12 exercises, have a little rest, then do them again, have a little rest, and then do them a 3rd time. That's what I would do normally if I was at the Y years ago. I would repeat the if I'm doing a bicep curl, you know, I would do it 10 times and then go do something else and then come back and do it again 10 times. And then don't do 30 of them in a row. It'll damage the muscle. It won't help you because your form will disappear, and then you might as well not be doing it. My daughter and my son-in-law, who's the surgeon, who owns Human 2.0 Movement Center in Ottawa, they talk about circuits a lot. Sometimes I don't do a circuit at all. I just do all the exercises once and then move on to something else, because I want to squeeze in a lot into my workout. You know, the warm-up, the weights, and the floor, and then the cool-down, and all that. I want to squeeze it all in. But I think a circuit's really... Before we go on the walk, I want you to notice that Brian has got a hat on because it's sunny out. And do you have sunscreen on your face?
No.
Well, I put sunscreen on every morning after I shave.
You need it.
And I especially put it, yeah, well I do, because I especially put it on my ears, because the odd time I get a little mark in my ear every couple of years, and I go to the skin specialist and he says that's precancerous. I'll burn it off, come back in 6 months and we'll check it again. I don't need anybody out there to get skin cancer. It can kill you, melanoma. So the ears are the skin is very thin on the ears, so especially your ears. And the hat will work. And sometimes I don't like wearing a hat, but I brought one today.
Yeah.
Talk to you a little bit about my nice wide-brimmed hat. Okay, second thing is your shoes. What do you got on your feet, Brian?
Hiking boots.
He's got hiking boots on his feet. Now here's the deal. Whether you're walking or just exercising in your house or exercising at a gym someplace with intention, if you can do it in your bare feet, that's better. Because forever, modern man has been protecting their feet with the best shoes on the market. So it's got lots of cushioning, lots of support, it's protecting the foot. That means the muscles in your feet aren't working. It's like using a chair every time you want to do some exercises. Okay, or if you go to the gym and there's all those weight machines and you're in the weight machines doing all the exercises, yeah, your form is right, but your core muscles aren't being worked. So anyway, I buy minimus shoes, they're called. Minimus, which means there's the minimal amount of support and they sort of simulate my bare feet. Because sometimes I don't want to walk outside in my bare feet. So I have minimus shoes on. I can use these for running, walking, jumping, gardening, anything I want. And I have 2 pair, minimus shoes. The other thing is, I'm going to, when I walk, always carry water. Because water is the #1 food on the planet and you should be drinking it any chance you can get because you don't want to be dehydrated, otherwise your muscles and your bones and your ligaments won't work. That's the first thing I'm going to do is carry the water. I'm not going to carry sticks. He's going to carry sticks because he needs the sticks because he's 10 years older than I am, almost. All right? It doesn't mean that Brian's out of shape. It just means he's getting older, and as we age, our muscles disappear. So he's using sticks, and they're called what? Walking sticks?
Well, yeah, hiking sticks.
Hiking sticks. Where did you get them?
From I think.
Come on over here so everybody can see you. Yeah.
She bought them at. I believe it was Tiger brand, about $7.50 a piece.
How much? What are they made of?
They're just a light wood.
So they're not heavy.
No, and they're beautiful.
And you have these straps to hold on to.
Yeah, they all have them like that. And she wanted to buy me a more expensive one the other day. So I said, no, forget it. These are nice.
Okay. So no matter what walking sticks you use, make sure that when you're holding on to them, now he doesn't have grips to show him where to put his hands. So he's just holding on wherever he wants to, I think. But do you know anything about where you should hold on?
I've got it right to the full extent on there, and I close it up like that.
Okay, well, here's the most important thing. His hands have to be at the same level as his elbows.
Whoa.
And he can't shrug, so move your hands down. Down go the hands.
I can't.
You can't?
No.
Then take the rope off your hands.
Yeah. See, I didn't know all this.
Now, when he's standing like this, his hands and his elbows are at the same plane. It's a nice straight line here. That's where he's got them.
Parallel to the ground.
Right. Not up here. Here. Now, if he's going up a hill or down a hill, his arms might change, and they might go out and reach, but you don't want to reach too much because you want to make sure that you don't have to reach when you walk. Makes you unstable. You could fall even if you've got the sticks. So you just take steps that you know you can handle, and your arms are here for the most part. But remember, when we go down a hill, maybe your hands will slide down a little bit and you'll be going down the hill, or maybe when you're going up a hill, your hands will come up. But don't worry about these, worry about where your hands are in terms of your elbows. Okay? And then the other thing about walking is, if you think, oh, I got these sticks, it'll make me be in the right position, the right posture. No, you have to think about this. You have to be standing in neutral, relaxed, especially your shoulders. They have to be relaxed. And why? Because if anything is tense on you when you're walking, if you're unsure about where you're walking and all the rest of it, and you're tensing up, then all the organs in your body will tense up, and you won't be able to breathe properly, and you won't be able to digest properly. So you want to be relaxed. So I'm going to make sure my shoulders are down and relaxed. Can you turn your palms out a little bit like that?
Yeah.
That's better. Remember, out is better than in because of your rounding shoulders all day long. So you're relaxed. Your head is in neutral, but your chin is on a ledge, and your chin is back in a little bit. So that'll help your neck and your shoulders. If your shoulders are down, your chin is flat, and it's pushed back a little bit, that'll help with your neck, your trapezius, shoulder muscles. Now, what about your hips? You want to do a pelvic tilt. So you push your, the thrust, you push your pelvis forward a little bit and keep it there. That'll bring your torso, your chest up. If I'm just standing here and I'm not thinking about this, I'm my hand, look at my hands. My knuckles are, instead of my palms, my knuckles are there. Where are my hands? Not at my sides where they should be. They're out in front. It's because I'm like this all day long, right? And my shoulders are shrugged a little bit. Not good. My head is down. Everything's wrong. So I have to, since I'm going for a walk, I might as well do it right. And so I'm pelvic tilting, brings my torso up, right? And then when I walk, it's always heel, toe, heel, toe. You don't have to think about that, because some people do this. They walk on their toes, or maybe a little bit on their toes. Wrong. And some people walk on their heels and never put their toes down. Maybe they do a little bit, but sometimes they don't. Wrong. You want to be, if you are, you don't have anything really wrong with you, it's a heel, toe kind of thing. And your feet are pointing pretty much straight ahead. It's not like this. You're not a duck. Right? And it's not like this. That's not how you walk.
Pigeon-toed.
But a good experiment is to walk behind somebody and watch their legs.
Oh boy.
Watch their body, and you'll go, oh my God, no wonder they have problems. And if you're overweight, or you've had an accident, or you've lifted something too heavy or something, and you're out of kilter, and you need a chiropractor to put you back in temporarily, all that's okay. But you don't want to be. You want to think about all these things. And then the other thing is the stride. You don't want to take big steps. That makes you unstable. Like this makes me, remember the lunge? Yeah. Unstable. Some people like to walk real fast and take giant steps. Well, their form better be right. I don't care if they do it with good form. And then people that run, they run, why? Because they want their heart to beat faster, because that's an exercise for the heart. But their feet, when they're running, both feet are off the ground. Not for long, but they are. But when you're walking, always one foot is on the ground. See, this one's on, this one's off, and it's on, this one's off. That's okay. So that's a lot to think about when you walk. And we're going to go for a walk out in the neighborhood. You're going to go for a walk out in your neighborhood, or you're going to walk around your house thinking about all those things. Okay? Even if you walk a little bit, think about your posture. You could practice forward. Back is good for you. That's good for your balance. And you could practice this. You could walk in a figure 8. Thinking about all the walking things, and balance with the figure 8 is even more emphasized. And you could walk sideways around your house. You could grapevine around your house. You could do anything you want to do, but I would really encourage you to get outside. You want to be outside, especially in a time when there's this virus in your house maybe. You want to be outside, and you want to go for a walk and enjoy everything around you. That's why we warmed up our necks, so we can look at the trees and the birds. To do the walk, Brian's pointing out his hostas that are doing really well. Some other beautiful perennials there. And his grass, it needs to be kept long because it's going to be 32 degrees for about 3 or 4 days. You don't want to cut it and then it'll burn. So Brian's got his walking sticks. He knows all the rules, and we're just going to go for a walk. And it's going to take us about how long to get to the corner?
20-25 minutes. There and back will be 25 minutes.
So about 30-minute walk is perfect. This is Brian on his walk. He's heading down to the lights down here, and we came from way up there. It's going to take him about a half an hour to go down and back. And notice he's got his walking sticks. Notice where his hands are in relationship to his elbows. They're pretty much in the right spot. And he's going one stick and then the other stick. And he's trying to keep his head up so that his ears are above his shoulders. Right, that's better, Brian, because you can do it.
Do it.
It's just like the rest of us, we get used to sitting in the wrong position, and then when we walk, we're leaning forward, and it's not good for our whole body. And by the way, walking, if you do it right, you have to do it right. If you do it right, your blood pressure is going to be lower, like you're going to be able to control your blood pressure without pills. Your cholesterol will drop. Your digestion will be better.
I'll stop here. I was going to go back the other way.
You won't have headaches because your shoulders will be relaxed, and then your neck will work better.
And now you look up there and you see it's quite a slope up this hill.
Yeah. So that means he's going up. His grip might slide up on the sticks. Might not too, depends on him. And when he was coming down, his hands were a little bit lower than his elbows. Your form is the most important thing, and then moving is the second most important thing. Brian, tell me more about the pond. What have you been doing with the pond?
It's my wife's pond. We've had it many years. We've had fish, a koi in it, grow up to that long, about 18 inches, and we lost them for one thing or another. A blue heron got one once, and another time we had a major rainstorm, and the fish got out overnight, and we found it at the bottom of the yard there.
Wow.
So this current crop of fish, they've gone from about yay big to about 8 inches.
Well, let's see if I can find them.
It's becoming a trip hazard as we get older. These.
Right, uneven to walk on.
Yeah, so we're going to put some crushed, and that's what these.
Gardens can be dangerous.
Yeah, so
Are you going to use pea gravel or
pea gravel,
or crushed red rock?
Pea gravel.
What about there too? There or no?
Not doing there. We're just going to fill in this area here.
1 cubic yard.
Yeah.
All right, tell me about the plants. What are they? What are they all about?
The fish. Oh, the water plants.
Yeah.
Oh, we travel all over. She travels all over Ontario looking for the water plants.
Yeah, but why do you need those? Can't see the fish.
Well, I guess the fish needs something like that. Visual effect too.
Yeah, maybe also the plants add oxygen to the water.
Yeah.
Who's taking out all these big rocks? They're big, heavy rocks.
I am.
You better be in good shape.
Well, I am. I work out,
You
man.
need some steps to go down
Yes.
here.
Yes, that's becoming a hazard going down.
Yes,
there.
you need steps. Maybe those rocks could be incorporated into the
we
steps.
talked about that last night as
Yeah.
well.
I noticed the big crane bird down there. That's not real, is it?
No.
Okay, where did you get that?
Uh,
It's a beautiful garden sculpture.
we've had it for years.
But which one do you think comes to eat your fish?
The blue heron, because I saw one up in the road.
And obviously he's not that big.
No.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he's that
That's a
big?
huge thing.
Oh my God.
Yes, he was on the roof about 2 weeks ago up there.
Blue herons have curved necks and cranes have straight necks.